Hey, Magic Nation, we hope you're really enjoying our feature about monsters and monsters from within and monsters in in uh, in the world around us and even in arts and literature. I'm struggling there,
That's
and I'm joined by Chong, of course, my
okay.
good friend, and we're moving on to the next song. You know, the next song, Chong, is Hole's doll parts. But when you say when I saw it, I was thinking, you know what? Maybe it's those scary little creatures in Toy Story 3 that look like monsters. You know those little doll parts? They became new toys. Remember that? They became
Yeah.
new toys and they looked really scary. Or
Well,
like Chucky is a doll.
but interesting you brought that up because one of the definition for monster is hybrid, meaning a
Oh,
mixture of different parts.
okay.
So that's why a lot of monsters in literature are like part human, part animal.
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, the reason why I brought doll parts is because the doll is only important if it's complete. But if it's now doll parts, that means the doll has had undergone to like several violent players and just destroy the doll. And doll parts are basically quote useless.
Oh.
And it's interesting that I'm bringing up this song because this song is a really intense look on a really problematic relationship. So this was a song written and played by Courtney Love, and she said it was written in mind to Kurt Cobain, which she was going out with him at that time. And it's so interesting what she wrote there. There's this one line, someday you will ache like I ache. That to me is scary because that means that she expects that her affection should be equal to the person she's giving it to. Because one of the greatest tragedies of a love story is you love a person much more than the person loves you.
Or you just have different languages of love.
Yes, exactly. So you don't meet. Like if your love language is very, touchy feel, but the person you're affectionate with is not really responsive,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of tears you inside.
Yeah.
So that's the song doll. Partially, that song is doll parts, and I'm using that as also a takeaway because Courtney Love is brave to use a song to project her, I guess, anger,
Mm-hmm.
her impatience, her extreme version of longing for Kurt Cobain. And I use that here in 2020 because this was also the time in which social media became really a powerful thing in which for you to express your pain. So you have a lot of people breaking up on social media.
And that's terrible.
And that's terrible. And I'm old and I would say, oh my God, diba? Very conservative, like, with the pie. Oh my God, naunsa.
Or even fighting with the other person, right? On
Or
social media.
calling him or her out with their,
Yeah.
so it makes me wonder, like, what is social media the collapse of civilization?
It
So,
probably is.
I mean, it's easy to just air out your dirty laundry with a hashtag.
With
So,
the hashtag.
I mean, I'm not saying to stop it. I'm just observing what it is. But
Exactly.
as an older person, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, I'm
You're not
kind
an
of
older person. Can you stop saying that?
per- I know. Okay, I'm kind of perplexed that people have it. It's like easy for them to tell if they're hurt. But then again, I would say if that's the way they process their hurt, then make it. But again, I don't think that you should do it if it hurts another person.
Hmm.
So if you process it, make sure it's productive and generative and not destructive for both of you.
Because
And
social media has made a circus out of our lives.
Yeah, and it's interesting what the digital archaeologists hundreds of years from now will take a look at our social media feeds. I mean, our lives are not just live in reality, we're also virtual reality.
Mhm.
Just because it's in virtual reality, it doesn't make it anything less. Sometimes people are even more alive in virtual reality. I
Yeah.
mean, frankly, June, our Zoom conversation,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it because I don't like being in a room with people speaking. I'm a social person, but there are times it's exhausting. Zoom for me is good. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not antisocial. It's just that
Okay.
I have limits. But then again, if I have to post some stuff online, I always quote curate it because I don't want to overshare.
Mm.
There's a big difference between saying a lot of things and telling people many things. So I don't know. That's the way people cope. I'm just saying this as a cultural point of view of maybe we should just pause, take a step back, and assess the situation. If this needs a response in social media, if you want to make it look like art, if like what's her name? Courtney Love, go ahead. But I will paraphrase one of my favorite poets and friend and Cebuano, Larry Ipil, that not all heartbreak would equate poetry.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
sometimes it's just better to be left unsaid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so here's doll parts, guys, and I really love this video. And I'm sorry if it's too loud for tonight, but I'm thinking people our age, June, might appreciate this.
Oh, it's always a good music education. So let's get on with it. This is Whole and Doll Parts on Magic 92.3.